this already, nice and dry, nice long fronds on it so that you can use it a couple of times. So what we need to do first of all is cut a few lengths that we want to use. Doesn't matter how long they are, because we'll trim these off and you can use them to make more than one. And just separate out so that now that one is quite bent. It's actually broken. So what I'll have to do is ensure that when I use it the first pass up to the broken piece, and then I'll be able to use the rest in the next lot. So let's get started. The other thing that you need is 2 lengths of wire. I'm using the paper covered wire so that it blends in with the plant material that we're using. Double the length of the finished item that you want. So if I was doing this one again, double the length, so I'd cut that much wire. This one I want a little bit longer, so double the length and 2 lots of that. And very simply, take your first bit of plant material, halfway down your wire, bring it in the length. You might want to trim these ends, so bring it in a little bit further than that finished edge that you're looking at on one side of your binding. Pinch them together and then 2 twists. 1, 2. Go along the length of the plant material to where you want the next bit of binding. Same thing. So pinch it, 2 twists. And simply repeating that pattern all the way down. Pinch, 2 twists. Make sure you're tied up against that last twist. Pinch, 2 twists. And continue that down, and you'll work out a method that is comfortable for you of actually adding in your plant material. Now you can do it with any kind of plant material. These ones are obviously not particularly straight, but it adds a little bit of interest and texture to your design. You can do it with skewers, bamboo skewers, matchsticks, whatever material will fit into this binding method. Obviously you'll need it to be something that can be out of water. It's for a competition piece. It's for a display piece. It's not quite so critical. So you can see how quickly that builds up. We do need to have a bit of room to work this magic, otherwise you get tangled up with plant material and wires and all sorts of things. Again, that one's another bent one, so what I'll do with that one is where I've got that straight section there, I'll actually put that in within the bind. So I will have to trim this end. So we'll put it there. And all that will mean is that when we trim it there, a little bit maybe, that it'll we've still got the main part of the matting as a flat piece rather than too much of a bend in it. It's a very good activity to do when you're sitting around having a drink or a cup of coffee, watching television if that's your pastime. And you do, just by doing the 2 twists, you get a nice even bind on your matting. You could obviously do this with decorative wire, or it'd be quite special to do it with one of the coloured wires. anything that's thin enough for you to get those uniform twists into it. A few more to add, and then we'll do the trim. This one, a broken one, and we're done for this size. Now I've got the broken one, so it's nicely broken in an area that will fit into the size that we're working on. I've actually got plenty of wire left over, and what I would normally do is, once these are bound off completely, I'll actually save that wire and make a couple of nice little ones, and obviously thinner as well. So initially, we'll go on the long side, because that will determine, we've got a reasonable amount of coverage that we can trim off on this side. We want obviously it to be even on both sides. Into our original one. So we'll trim off this side first. And see what that means is that you've got all of these still, where you can do another one that size. You still get another one in that size, and then maybe a little one. What you'll find is that these finer ends are a little bit too hard to work with. The wire becomes more dominant than the plant material, and you don't want that in your design. So you probably get one that same size and one a little bit smaller out of what's left there, so they're quite economical. We'll trim this other side. Now we want to trim off this bendy bit here, so we'll do that one first, so that gives us the edge that we want on this side. It can help if the secateurs got sharp. It'll work well enough. So there we have the one that we've just thrown up together, and that's one. Obviously, now you can see the difference in the sizes. So this one was made with the inflorescence further down, so it's the thinner section. So that section is what I used, and I made a bigger one for the design that you've seen with the thicker end. Nice, simple technique, really serviceable. You can use it in so many ways in your designs, whether you're using it horizontally across your container to hold plant material upright, or whether you're actually hanging it, as we did in the design that you've been looking at, to create a screen or a platform for the rest of the plant.